Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we are going to be looking at a vehicle tweak that I am, for one, very, very happy to see, and I'm sure many of you guys out there will be very, very happy to see this thing finally getting the JBE treatment as well. Now, as of recording this video, I do not know if this is available on consoles yet. Probably not, as it is fairly new as far as coming to PC, but since it is a really well done vehicle tweak, I can totally see it coming to consoles in the future, so if it does, keep an eye out for it. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and head into the garage and customize it and see what sorts of changes JBoosted has done to the Hummer H2 itself. And I can already tell you that the offset of the wheels is a little bit more pokey than before, and that kind of does give a cool look, even on the stock wheels. But let's see what this thing actually has available, not just in terms of wheels and tires, but suspensions, engines, all that stuff. So, beginning with the engines, we have the, let's see, the AGT 8V58, 6.2, and 6.2T. So, let's see what we can do with the 6.2T. Now, gearbox-wise, you have stock, highway, off-road, and JBE transmission. Now, the JBE transmission pretty much gives you the best of both worlds, so we're going to go with that. And then suspension-wise, you have basically three different JBE-tuned suspensions. You have the stock one, you have JBE raised, and then you have JBE flex. And JBE Flex is obviously really tall, but it'll also give you a lot more suspension articulation, and it will allow you to fit those large tires. So let's go with JBE Flex and see how that does once we throw the big boy tires on it. So in terms of all-terrains, you have a bunch of options ranging from 36s to 39s to 43s. And honestly, even though they're all the same compound, I mean, the 43s look really good with the JBE Flex setup. So, let's see. Off-road-wise, you actually have the Amk tires, which look very interesting. 36-inch Hummer H2 tires, and then a whole range of 36 and 39-inch tires. And I think what I would actually advise a lot of people run is the 43-inch Hummer H2 tires, because that particular compound, for whatever reason, the game loves it, and you can get almost anywhere using that tire compound. Now, continuing to run through these tires, the OHS2s, are also really, really good looking. Now, in terms of mud tires, you have 36-inch Tegas just to start with, and then you also have the Cat telehandler wheels and tires, which are really interesting. And then you have JBE 36-inch AMHS1s, so it's basically a JBE recoated Tega tire. And then you have the same size, a 36, but they have been actually deflated a little bit so you can run reduced pressure off-road, which is really helpful. So, same with the MSH1s, you can also run those in a low-pressure format, which, again, super helpful. Same with the MSH2s in Super Soft, and you can kind of get the idea of where this is going with all the MSH tires. You can even do the Super Softs with the TH357s. And keep in mind that these are all in the 36-inch size, so you could run these on, like, a stock suspension, pretty much. Although these, the JBE TO1s, I'm not actually quite sure what those came off of. They're really cool looking, though. So let's go ahead and continue on down this list. 36. Oh, Quasi Monster Mud Tires. Oh, that's sick. Are they all 36? No, you can do 39. And let's see. And again, of course, you have the standard and super soft air pressure settings. And as you keep going down, you also see you have Quasi's Monster Mud Tires and standard width mud tires in 39, but I want to get to the 43s. Oh, dude, these look sick. These look so freaking sick. So good. Oh my god. Dude, this needs to come to consoles. And I know that saying that will kind of date this video a little bit once this does come to consoles in the future, but oh my god. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my god, this is such a crazy tire list. I love these, man. I absolutely love these. Oh my god. 43-inch Quasi Monster Mud Tires. Oh, we've got to try them. We've got to try them. I'm probably going to come change these out a little bit later for some reduced air pressure tires, but let's see. Autonomous Plus and engageable diff lock, and let's see, I'm not really going to worry too much about the spares. We'll do the tall front-facing snorkel, and you do have, oh my god, you could go crazy with the add-ons in here. Trunk rack, roof rack, in-cab supplies, and, wait, so the trunk supplies, okay, so you have to decide what you want, and then roof rack large, oh, let's do roof rack large, because that's going to carry a little bit more stuff. And from there, the rear bumper, he has added, oh, he added the one from the Apache. That's kind of cool with the mud flaps. I like the toe loops bumper. The toe loops bumper is really cool. So flasher bars are a possible thing. You also do red and blue flasher bar, which is kind of cool. You can do sort of like a SnowRunner police role play if you wanted to. I'm going to do the roof fogs on mine. And front bumper-wise, I really like the winch pipe setup. I think it looks really, really good. Ooh, that's actually a really good-looking setup as well. I like that. That just looks properly good. Properly freaking good. Let's see, double head fog lights, and, ooh, searchlight, slant back kit. I think I'm good on that, and then we'll do angled sun visor. And, let's see, twin exhaust dumps. Might as well. And then you have the weathered wheel, or Tega wheels that you can use with the JBE tires, which is actually really, really cool. And then, color options-wise, obviously you have your full spectrum of colors and some other ones like these tan colors that are a little bit more vibrant, let's say, than the standard colors that we would have started with. But look at all these freaking color combinations. What? Dude, the list goes on. Oh my god. That's wild. That is like a wild amount of options, and, I mean, if you can't find a color combination in here that you like, I mean, I don't think you would be able to find one. Like, this is literally, there's so many great color combinations in here. And, of course, we could throw beans on the dash, and we'll probably just do an autumn leaf hanging from the rearview mirror. We'll throw a couple stickers on the dash. And then, I'm not going to throw any stickers on the outside, but you can do it. The option is there. And I would throw a hood ornament on if I didn't have that giant front bumper. So, oh god, yeah, we might have to do some clearancing for these tires, because, let me tell you, they're a little, they rub a bit. They actually rub a lot of it, or at least they would rub a lot if if you were actually running this setup. Interior looking great, as always. Beans hanging out over there, right in front of the passenger seat. Now, let's go ahead and head out to some of our favorite testing obstacles and see what this thing can do. Now, let's see how it does when we throw it in high and go through our standard test right here. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, it doesn't even remotely complain. Wow, that's pretty freaking awesome. Like, that's tremendous that it just soared right through that. All right, throw it back into automatic mode. And slight detour up a hill. Again, it's probably not going to even remotely complain at all, and it doesn't. It's going to be like, oh, yeah, don't worry about it, no problem. Now, whoa, that flex suspension actually works really, really well. I don't know if you guys started to see that sort of articulation that we were getting into there, but nice job from that flex setup. It's a really well-done tune. I mean, if you like to go rock crawling, you could definitely do some proper rock crawling with this thing. Easy. Let's see if we can make just a little bit of a slight adjustment through here. Not exactly the angle that I wanted to start this from, but I think I'll be okay as long as I ease my way back over to the left. I was gonna say, I should probably back up and then ease my way back over to the left just to give me a little bit of an advantage, but wow, very, very easy. Like, really no issues whatsoever when it comes to getting up the rocks. Easy peasy, done deal. Yeah, I love the setup on this thing. The setup on this thing is great. So let's ease it down over the edge. And honestly, I know earlier I was saying that I was probably going to switch tires, but that was because I was a little bit concerned that these wouldn't do too well on the rocks, and they would be like a little bit too wide, almost like steamroller-esque, but I'm not having really any issues at all. So I'm actually really excited to see how this setup does in the mud. So let's do high range in the shallow mud and see how that does right off the bat. What do you think it's going to do, Beans? Car alarm mode. This actually does great. This does freaking great. And can I just say, like, how good this looks? It looks awesome. Like, there's really nothing about this that wouldn't be there to love. You know what I mean? Like, there's, at least to me, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that'd be like, nah, I don't like it because it's a Hummer and I don't like Hummers. But, like, this thing has been needing this type of treatment ever since, in my opinion, ever since the game got started. Like, literally, this looks, feels, and drives like it went to a high-end tuning shop and you got it back with the increased capabilities that you sent it to them for in the first place. I mean, this setup is absolutely freaking awesome. It's wonderful. So let's dive it into the deep stuff now. And you can definitely tell it's slowed down a little bit because low plus, I mean, low plus gives you a little bit of an advantage, but not much. Not much at all, actually. And this rainy backdrop, you know, it's kind of like this cloudy, moody, rainy backdrop. And I don't hate it. I think it actually feels like it fits well with the attitude of the vehicle and the type of terrain that you'd be using it in. So let's drive it right on out of the deep mud now and head over to the dips obstacle. And then from there, y'all know exactly where we gotta go. Bridge jump, boys. So let's go ahead and head down, like I said, to the dips obstacle now. And I'm sure this will have absolutely no problem. Now, the front approach angle is kind of iffy, but it's not bad. The rear, I'm not too worried about. I actually would love to see how this thing would do at truck night. This thing would probably go nuts at truck night. So let's ease it in. We'll do it in low plus. Wow, you really won't even have to worry about adjustment at all. You know what I mean? Like, adjusting where the, you know, like the front end is pointed through here because it's short enough that the wheelbase isn't, like, it's not gonna let it get high centered on obstacles like this, and neither overhang, front or rear, is long enough to where it would cause problems. So you're really in a great place with this thing in terms of obstacles like that. And now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and head out to the bridge jump, see what we can do. Let's also, let's go to the next day. I was gonna say, oh my god, it's so gloomy. There we go. Next day, thank you. I just wanted, like, I wanted some clear weather. Like, it was so freaking gloomy out. I wanted some nice weather. Is that such a bad thing to want? I don't think it is. I mean, you know, it's, almost hit that barrier. I mean, it's winter as I record this, so obviously, like, outside, it's all, like, gloomy and rainy and stuff like that. So in the game world, I at least want to have some sunlight. Alright, let's make our way up to the top of the hill. Obviously, we're going to be running down the first part of the bridge in first person so we don't run into camera glitches. And then, towards the last quarter of the bridge, we'll switch back into third-person view, and we'll see how she goes. I put it in neutral because I wanted to see if I could let gravity take it. Wow! Okay, that's to everybody that apparently says that, like, because they're all like, oh my god, if you put any vehicle in neutral, it'll go farther. And I'm like, I'm not so sure, because that was pretty sad. I'm going to try one more time in gear and see if I can make it go any farther, because I put it in neutral thinking it would go faster, but I don't think this thing is fast enough to go all that far. But that should also tell you how this was meant to be a high-end vehicle tweak and not necessarily like just an over-the-top, go-crazy vehicle tweak. There we go. Alright, there's 5th gear. There's 6th gear. Well, maybe the result won't be all that different. Yeah, we'll have to see. Off the ramp, and yeah, very little difference, honestly. Very, very, very little difference. But even though it didn't go all that far off the bridge jump, I think it's actually like a really, really high-end vehicle tweak. And if you're interested in checking it out, I highly recommend it. I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below to where you can find the mod.io page. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn those notifications on, and I'll see you guys next time.